Welcome to the Traders Help Desk Online video collection. In this video, this is a gold trade, and I entered right at 6885.8. I'm looking for at least Clipper 1, which is 1684.4. I'm risking 7 ticks with the first profit target at 14 ticks. Now we have had a magenta peak on the 180-minute chart. My option is to take a Buddha off of the 12-minute or look for a potential entry over on the 3-minute. As you can see, price has pulled back to the slow moving average, did so on diverging volume, so I went ahead and entered this position. Now I'm going to pause the screen until I am either stopped out or achieve at least one profit target. Okay, as you can see, the trade is actually progressing nicely. We have probably another 3 or 4 ticks to go, at least to Clipper 1. Once it achieves Clipper 1, I'll move my stop to break even. Now on this trade, I've only got 2 contracts, so I'm only looking for Clipper 1 and Clipper 2. At the same time, I'm also keeping an eye on the 180 to make sure that the ATR is far enough away that I can actually achieve Clipper 1. And the ATR on the 180 is actually at 1680.3. So one more tick to go. It closed that little gap that it had there. I would like to see more volume come in on the seller side. What I'm really looking at right now is the difference between this volume and this volume here. As you can see, we do have divergence. Let's see if it will come down and at least touch 1684.4. I'm about 2 ticks away at the moment. Okay, I got clipper 1, so immediately I'm going to move my stop to 1685.6. Then my second profit target is 1683. So I'll put those values now on here as well. And this would be my last contract because on this one I am only trading 2 contracts. I've got 1 contract left. I'm going to pause the screen now until I'm either stopped out of the remaining contract or I take clipper 2. Okay, as I'm reading the volume here, you can see that the volume did increase on that last bar. So now I would be using this bar as a measuring stick for my volume divergence. Notice that we have a magenta dot that has appeared, but as you can see, it's flat. This is not a magenta peak. This is not an indication that price is going to pull back to the ATR right now. I will continue to watch it because if it turns into a peak, then I would exit my position. But as it stands right now, it's just flat. And with the price bar action, which is closing at the bottom, it's saying that more than likely it will not pull back. Okay, as you can see now, we do have the magenta peak. The ATR is well below where my hard stop is, so I have opted to stick with it because the sellers are actually increasing. So to me that says that, yeah, it may pull back to the ATR, but then it should continue downwards as sellers are still increasing. Although this does not look like divergence on the highs, actually it is. You can see from this volume bar there was a small number of buyers in the market. On this bar, they increased substantially, greater than 40%, and yet they were unable to take price higher. So again, I'm still in the trade. It's either going to have to touch my stop or flip the ATR for me to exit the trade. Okay, measuring on the lows, you can see that we have had divergence here. I'm going to lower my stop to 1685.3. Now also on the buy-in volume, when you see that it went up here and it tagged the ATR, notice that there was not an increase in volume. That's one of the reasons I expected this to go back down, in which it did. So it acted exactly the way I anticipated it would act. And we'll see what happens from here. You can see that price just made a high here, but there is absolutely no interest in the buyers at the moment. So this is what I would be looking at. In order to take price up, buyers would need to come in strong. This shows a lack of interest by buyers to take it up. Okay, as you can see, the ATR has moved down, and I'm going to move down my stop to 1685.10. and we'll continue to monitor it. Again, we have had strong divergence as price was making new highs in this little pullback towards the ATR, which leads me to believe that we will actually see new lows. Okay, right now we're about 6 ticks away from Clipper 2, which is at 1683. Let's see if it has enough power to go down and touch 1683. There we go. And that trade was actually about 42 ticks. As I said, I've only traded 2 contracts on this, so I'm totally out now.